Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, please stop playing this video now. So, James Toney, at age 45, it's an understatement to say this guy has fallen from grace. He used to be really highly regarded, I believe, in the boxing community. Started out as a middleweight, I believe. Well, actually, I don't know what he started out as. Whatever. But he's pretty famous. Most people who are into boxing know who he is. But he's way past it, and he's probably one of the biggest trash talkers still around. Famous for losing to Roy Jones. Famous for beating John Ruiz, but then getting a no contest. But yeah, as of lately, he's just completely fallen off the map. It looks like. Yeah, it started with he's losing to people like Jason Gavern. Who the fuck is that? But it was prize fighter, so it was only 3 rounds anyway. And plus, James Toney's kind of seemed like he needs 12 rounds to really, get you going. But he's going to be fighting Evgeny Orlov, and I think James Toney is old school, so I have a certain amount of respect for him. I just think it's hilarious. Well, I mean, because he's so short for the heavyweight division. He's like Mike Tyson type size, but he's not like Mike Tyson at all. Mike Tyson was kind of a oddity. Like I don't think there's been a fighter that has been so short in the heavyweight division but so dominant as Mike Tyson. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. But James Toney is short. He's 5'10". I think it's around the same as Mike Tyson. But he's more of he's not a knockout artist or anything. I think he only has like 51% KO ratio. And a lot of those KOs actually may have been at lower weight classes. I don't know. I'll have to look at his record. But yeah, he's going to be fighting Evgeny Orlov. And what I find just hilarious about this fight is that Evgeny Orlov, I believe, is almost a foot taller than James Toney. So James Toney's going to have a hard time, like almost a foot, like 11.5 inches taller than James Toney. James Toney's going to have a hard time hitting this guy in the head, much less knocking him out. And James Toney is not a power puncher to begin with, so his power is going to be even less going into this fight, because, oh my god. And on the topic of Evgeny Orlov, I think Evgeny Orlov is actually kind of underrated, in my opinion. Go watch, I think he's only been knocked out 3 times, but, go watch the Kubrat Pulev fight, and I actually think he was making Kubrat Pulev look like a fool before getting himself disqualified, and I think that the ref was extremely biased towards Kubrat Pulev in that fight. So I think Evgeny Orlov is a little underrated. I think, let me drop a prediction. This fight is going to take place July 26th, so it's a ways away in Latvia. It's going to be 10 rounds, and I think Evgeny Orlov may win this by decision. I'm actually, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Evgeny Orlov by decision. I'm going to go with either Evgeny Orlov by decision or James Toney by decision. But that's kind of I don't think James Toney's going to knock this guy out at all. I don't think Evgeny Orlov's going to knock James Toney out, because Evgeny Orlov I don't think is a knockout puncher, at least from what I've seen. But if I had to choose one, I'm sad to say, I think Evgeny Orlov's going to win by decision, because he's just too tall. I think James Toney has a 72-inch reach. The molecule from hell, Evgeny Orlov, I don't know what his reach is. It's got to be massive, though. Evgeny Orlov, who's 35 years old right now, is actually ranked higher in BoxRec than James Toney. He's ranked 75th, and James Toney's ranked 102nd, so this will be progress for James Toney if he wins. But I really don't think he will. He's 45 fucking years old, dude. That's so old. For the heavyweight division. Well, at least he's not old as Oliver McCall, though. James. Thanks, Don Reed, for giving me this opportunity. Man, that's probably an offensive impersonation. It's always your mother, bitch. Tony the Phony. No, his nickname's Lights Out Tony. James Lights Out Tony, or James Fats Out Tony, as I've heard him called. Like, I think during the Damon Reed fight, he was like 6 months pregnant or some shit like that. Anyway, so yeah, that's my prediction. I'm predicting Evgeny Orlov, by decision, which is just sad, because James Toney is Obviously, he doesn't have the eye of the eye of the tiger. He don't have the eye of the tiger anymore. He's just fucking going through the motions. I don't know if he'll ever be heavyweight champion again, or was he even heavyweight champion? No, he lost the belt, I think. I think he was hyped up on some drugs or some shit. Also, talking about classic boxers, we got a Shannon Briggs fight coming up here. Shannon Briggs, who's not as old as James Toney, but at least is a hell of a lot taller, which is, I think he has a much better chance of doing something in the heavyweight division. His age is 42, Shannon Briggs. He's coming back after getting the snot beat out of him by Vitaly Klitschko. But I heard in an interview that the reason why Shannon Briggs got beat up so badly is because he lost the function of one of his arms or something in that fight. He fought him one-handed, which I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't watched the full fight, but I'll have to watch it all the way through and see if that's true. See if he's using one hand more predominantly than the other. And that's why I say Vitaly Klitschko again is overrated as a puncher, because he wasn't able to knock Shannon Briggs out. He was beating Shannon Briggs with everything but the kitchen sink, and he wasn't able to knock Shannon Briggs out, let alone down. So that's why I think Vitaly Klitschko's power is a little underrated. And Shannon Briggs wasn't even in his prime when he did that. Vitaly Klitschko, I think, was a lot younger than him. Well, maybe not a lot younger than him. I don't know how. I don't remember. But Lennox Lewis was able to knock him out. You know what I mean? So, I think that's proof that Lennox Lewis is a much harder hitter than Vitaly Klitschko. But yeah, Shannon Briggs. I'm rambling. Shannon Briggs fighting Raphael Zumbano Love for the vacant NABA heavyweight title in Oklahoma, USA. But in 12 rounds, I don't know who's going to win this one. I want Shannon Briggs to win this one because Shannon Briggs is old school. I'm for the old school comebacks, the comebackers. I was for Tommy Morrison. I was rooting for Tommy Morrison when he came back post-AIDS. Looks like that comeback wasn't really successful. That was terrible. But I'm hoping Shannon Briggs wins this. Raphael, I believe, is actually ranked higher than Shannon Briggs right now. Wouldn't surprise me because Shannon Briggs has kind of been rolling through tomato cans as of lately. But hopefully will be a step up, and he'll be one step closer to challenging for a heavyweight title. Raphael Zumbano Love is ranked 76. Shannon Briggs is ranked 98th. I think Raphael's like an inch taller, so it's not that big of a height difference. About 10 years younger, though. So that's probably a big determining factor. I've seen like glimpses of a few of Raphael Zumbano Love's fights. I didn't see anything special. I really think Shannon Briggs should be able to knock this guy out, or at least beat him somehow. I think one thing is that I think Raphael's only been knocked out once. I don't think he's ever been knocked down other than that. So maybe he has a really good chin, and maybe he'll be able to weather the storm. I'm gonna say it's 12 rounds, so I'm going to say Shannon Briggs by late knockout. That's what I'm going with. I really hope Shannon Briggs is successful. It'd be kind of pointless for Shannon Briggs to come back and make all this noise in the heavyweight division and all this shit just to lose to some nobody like Raphael. Raphael's like lost a shitload too, so he's nothing special. He's from Brazil. So yeah, just thought I'd cover these two fights. Hey woman, Klitschko, you've been ducking me. Shannon Briggs been watching way too many Rocky movies. Anyway, so those are my two predictions. We'll see how they pan out. I'm taking Evgeny Orlov by decision over James Toney, and Shannon Briggs by leg knockout over Raphael Zumbano Love, one of the 3 Ninja Turtles. Take it easy. 4 Ninja Turtles. Fuck me. Bye.